Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage...
Excuse me, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Sue Perkins couldn't be here tonight. She sent the other one, Mel Giedroyc. Please welcome Mel Giedroyc.
Darlings. Oh, how lovely to see you. Hello. Hi. So nice to see you. How are you? Oh, gang. Lovely to see you. Sorry, I'm going to milk this even more. Gang, lovely to see you. I'm not going to lie to you, gang. I'm feeling a little bit perimenopausal and a little bit emotional about what we're all about to share the sea. The voice is gone already. There's a slight there's a little bit of a quiver in there. Dawn Ruddy French and Jennifer Ruddy Saunders. They make me just feel that everything is going to be all right. Do you know that thing? Anyway, I'm not going to gush now. I think really, what should we do first? By the way, we made these this afternoon. We went to Aardman Studios, had a really good time. So this is the real Morph. The real quality one. Now, where's Dawn's? Let's have a look. Oh, this is Dawn's here, the slightly aggressive-looking one with the googly eyes. Jennifer's got the pipe there. That's Jennifer's Morph there. And I've done a Chippendale Morph with a thong. So we just thought we'd bring those on to kind of set the scene. Now, there is so much to say about these two, and boy, are we going to say it in the next couple of hours. We are, aren't we? Sweating, flushing, it's all just coming in. Quite hot in here, isn't it? Quite warm. Fan yourselves, fan the person next to you. Caring, sharing. I think there are two words for me that sum up Dawn and Jennifer. Girl power. Girl power. Have a look at this. Have a little look at this. That's a cue for the clip to go on.
High, so you're is a bit exciting, isn't it?
Very exciting.
I thought 4 people were coming. This is 8 people.
It's
Great.
Sides all around.
sides,
Front,
front.
back, just as we like it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Back, sack and crack.
Yeah, lovely. Lovely.
Sack
Let's
and
hope. Plenty in the crack.
Guys,
It's low, it's already low.
it's already.
Already
Bad,
we've
bad.
sunk to a low, haven't we?
know, and-
Bring it back up again, Mel.
Sorry, darlings, I'm sorry. Now, this is very exciting because Dawn, Jen, in the flesh, together, it doesn't happen that often on a live stage. It's an unbelievable thing. Welcome to Bristol.
Thank you, thank
Bristol
you.
Hall.
Lovely to be here. We have performed on this very stage.
What year
before
was
now.
that?
In our life.
1922,
In
I
our
think it
life.
was.
Yeah. I have no memory whatsoever of anywhere we've ever been. I have no
We're
idea
hoping
who
you're
I
going to
am.
fill us in with clips.
Yeah.
There are actually a lot of clips. There's
Are
a
there?
festival of clips for us
Okay.
all to enjoy. Are you going to be able to see them? You're
We
gonna
can
have
see there. There's
see
one
there,
there.
Mel.
Yeah,
See,
that's
Mel.
what it's there for, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Got a little clue there.
So bossy.
Yeah, very bossy.
I thought it was a heater. I thought it was
Did you?
some sort of strange.
Because we need that.
So, listen, without further ado,
Yes.
just looking down at my running order.
Yes.
You're very
You're
professional.
going to be running. Right.
What I remember most about first watching you guys Cliff Richard all of a sudden, they're not, in the 80s, I mean, we'd all seen funny women in films before. We'd seen Joyce Grenfell, Irene Handel, all those amazing sort of character actresses on film. But what we'd never seen is a kind of pesky pair of women just having a bloody lot. I mean, titting about, for want of a better word.
Yeah, titting about, absolutely.
Is that right? Is that right? Is that the sort of...
Yeah.
Well, I think titting about, yeah, that's exactly that's how we saw it. We never thought we never thought we were going to last, or that it would be a career. So we thought we'd tit about until someone found us out.
Yeah. Nobody
It
stopped
could
us.
be tonight.
Yeah.
But also, two women so kind of in charge of your own material and of what you were doing. One lone voice. Woo! Do you know what I mean? But it's just doing your own thing.
Well,
on
I
your own
don't think, I mean,
terms.
we did do our own thing and we did write everything we did. What we didn't know for some time was that we could be involved in the editing, for instance, which is where a lot of the power is.
Yeah.
You know, we realised that other people were going into the editing suites and doing all that part of it and slightly buggering it up sometimes.
Yes.
And then we thought, oh, why can't we do that? And then we asked if we could, and there was a couple of slightly lemon-lipped people, mainly blokes at the BBC going, ooh, hang on, we don't have that. We don't have the turns in the dark rooms where we make all the big decisions. And then we did go in there, and it seemed completely obvious that that's what we should do. We then became power megalomaniacs. and we did eventually have, when we were doing sketches, we would have the monitors on the floor in the studio.
Like we've got here
facing
tonight.
us,
That's
like
a
that.
monitor, Mel.
Monitor.
Like that.
That's a monitor. Sometimes we had heaters, but mainly we had monitors.
We would have them facing us so that we could see what the shots were, and sometimes we did get a bit bossy about that.
That's good, though.
Yeah, it is,
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, but you remember we had BBC Two as like a sort of playground for comics then. You could start on BBC Two and you'd be given probably 2 series without someone coming and actually seeing what you were doing. Or anyone really watching it or paying any attention at all. So you had 2 series to kind of get it right, whereas now you have 2 meetings and they fired you. You know, I mean, it's like, it's so much harder.
Yeah. Shall we take ourselves back to those early days? Shall we? Yeah.
This is
shall
going to
we?
be a kind of... this is going to be
Don't look at us and that at the same time. That's
going to be a
so
panorama of
disappointing.
terrible haircuts, isn't it? I know that.
The hairdos.
Yeah, I know.
pretty-
I've decided to bring a bad one tonight as
No,
well,
you
but
don't.
I just...
You
No,
don't
it's the
stop.
heat. You can't keep your hair up.
So let's indulge ourselves in a little bit of early days F&S. Have a look at this. That's a cue for the clip.
have a little bit of attention over here, please? Thank you, Shelley. I just wanted to say that since I did procure the flat, of course I realise it's my responsibility to draw up the cleaning rotas.
Cleaning?
And I should-
Wait. I do not do cleaning.
No, Shelley, I was just saying.
Amanda, can you put that mouth on hold?
Oh, she's got a bit of a mouth of herself, actually.
I don't think so, because I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
Shut up!
Morning. Shelley, I think we'll have our toast to harmony, shall we?
To us, 3.
4.
Well, only till Wednesday.
I was going to have a little word with you about that now.
For your ensemble?
Well, I heard you won the Comedy Legend Award. You can imagine my delight. You know, when I first saw both of you about 200 years ago in the comic strip, I thought, this is never going to fly. And then they put us together to do, you know, to write that show, and I thought, this is really not going to fly. But you flew, and up there you are in comedy heaven. You know that story that I always tell you, it's my reoccurring nightmare, where you two are very well dressed and you're in a big mansion and it's snowing outside and I'm out there clutching a shawl and I've completely curled up and I say to you, please remember me, and you just throw out a few shekels and go, no, go away, old woman. Well, I think it's happened. Anyway, I think I look better now.
Good old Ruby.
God, I didn't know you were going that far back. That's like really far back.
1982. That was shown, I think, on the first night that Channel 4 was in existence, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. That's right. The Famous Five was the first night of Channel 4. It was, yeah. And you had tonsillitis when
I
we were
did,
filming
when
that.
I did.
That's why Anne talks like this the whole time, all the way through.
Was it good fun doing those comic strip films?
Hell.
Was it?
No, it was great.
It was
Honestly,
really
well,
fun.
we were young. We had no responsibilities.
Yeah,
We didn't own property.
yeah.
We didn't need the money,
Yeah.
you know, so we just literally used to sleep in bunk beds in little old cottages in Devon and make films. And it was the best fun you could have. And we learned so much because we were on set. You know, even if you weren't in the shot, you'd stay on set because your mates were on set.
Yeah,
And you were just learning about it.
yeah,
We had a great time.
yeah. It always looks like you two have fun together, you know, the friendship always seems to come through whatever you
Well,
do.
the friendship was first. You know, we shared a flat together and we kind of made each other laugh at the very beginning.
Yeah.
So there was no reason not to take that, obviously, on. You know, that's always been at the bottom of all of it. In fact, I'm pretty sure that we've kind of forged this career mainly so that we can have some time together.
Yes.
You know, I think that's what it's been, and then everybody's been able to eavesdrop on us just being, you know, mates. Well, you know
if
that.
there
You
was
know about that.
no willing audience, we shared a flat together when we were students. And sometimes they'd be quite happy sitting on the sofas watching telly, about 4 other people. And we would go in and go, no, hang on, push the sofas back, turn the telly off, make a stage.
Just
And
showing
we would
off,
literally
really.
go in and like do the Menapatsy Sisters, do a small circus act for them, make ourselves laugh, and then leave.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah,
It's
thanks.
basically everything your mum told you not to do. You know, stop showing off.
Stop showing
Very
off.
un-British.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So titting about,
sitting
Yeah.
about.
showing off,
Yeah.
Yeah.
mates.
Yeah.
You've been mates for how many?
Dawn used to put tampons hanging from her ears. And I used to wear a floor-length black plastic Mac.
You did.
And we would go and sit on the tube until someone looked frightened.
That's true.
Just stare at them like that. Until someone looked frightened, and then we go, small victory, go home.
We did have our walk to college from our flat was about 15, 20 minutes, would you
Yeah,
say?
15.
And we used to dare each other to see if we could laugh the whole way for no reason, just for 15 minutes each way to college every day.
We did it every day.
As often as we could. If we were walking to college together, that's what we
We
did
had to
all
laugh
the way.
all the way to college.
Yeah. And actually, when you start laughing like that, you do end up just laughing, and you don't even know why you are. Slightly
Nobody
wet
would
of
walk
crotch.
with us. Nobody came with us, but
Yeah.
we once set a friend off. We put a laundry basket over her, so all you could see was her feet underneath. And we said, go and walk up and down the street outside. Go on, just walk up and down the street outside until somebody sees you and laughs. And no one laughed on the street, so we took her to the supermarket, and it was fine.
Yeah.
Is she still a friend?
Oh, yeah, she'd still do it. She'd still do it. She would. She'd still do it. Oh, it was just, oh, God, we used to have some fun.
We did.
What, you know, all friendships have their ups and downs, of course, especially if you're working really intensely, you know. You might have noticed that...
Sue. Where is Sue?
But you haven't got a friend
Where is
anymore.
Sue?
we're not speaking at the moment. Sue's actually in Ibiza as we
she?
speak,
Is she?
trying to pretend that she's not a 47-year-old. It's really tragic. She keeps sending sort of photos of herself on a podium, things like that.
No.
Oh,
It's just
no.
embarrassing at Pasha, whatever Pasha is. Is it a nightclub?
She laptop dancing.
She's doing a bit of that, yeah.
She.
Since we left Bake Off, we're
Yeah,
we're
you're lost.
We're a little bit lost. We're on our uppers, so any bit of cash. No, but what were we saying? Yes.
Yes.
What can you reveal to us? What really annoys you about the other?
Oh.
Is that all right to ask that?
I
Because-
know exactly what it is. I know exactly what it is. It's honestly, it's worse when we're doing a show. It's not normally bad because we're not often in a room with a lot of people. But if there's a lot of people or it's the end of the show, Dawn cannot leave the room without saying goodbye to everyone and possibly buying them a house. This is honestly the truth. You go, come on, we've got to go. Yeah, I haven't seen so. I'm just going to nip over there. And at the beginning of a show, you know, a show would be 6 weeks long. The first day of rehearsal, what are we buying for presents for the end of the show? And I go, well, we don't have to think about it now. No, we should make a list. We need to buy everybody a present.
You are a very
Everybody.
thoughtful.
Which is very thoughtful.
yeah, she
Yes,
is.
but it does
can
take
be-
time.
It takes forever.
Yeah, it does take time.
So there are
But
seven.
I'd like to ask you if you've bothered to think about anybody in this room.
I was going to say, Dawn, there are 1,700
Yeah.
people.
You think I haven't got a little something for everyone? You start buying in January, and every individual item
true.
has been tailored for that person.
Annoyingly thoughtful.
Never forgets a birthday of anyone. Anyone.
Never.
That is amazing, though, Dawn.
Yeah, I've been brung up right, and I don't know what that is. Maybe I just try and buy my friends or something. Maybe that's what it is. I think I've got power through generosity. I think that's what it is.
What
Yeah.
really bugs you about...
She has a very curious, that's a friendly word. She has a curious relationship with time.
Oh, okay. I'm with you. Perkins
Same?
is very,
Yeah,
very
okay,
similar
so
on
you
that
will
front.
understand that.
It's
So
the magic 10 minutes.
Jennifer thinks that you can get anywhere in 10 minutes. She doesn't do that thing the rest of us do, which is, it's Bristol, it's 2.5 hours away. I better set off 2.5 hours ahead of
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
She thinks, well, I've got 10 minutes to give to this journey. So there is the 10 minutes of driving, and then there's the 2 hours and 20 minutes where I have sat doing whatever the thing is that we're supposed to be doing.
Yes.
And then the massive amount of lying that goes with
Yes. Familiar. Very
trying
familiar.
to tell me that she's on the train or that she's on a plane or that she's nearly there when she's 2 weeks away. If I had to add up the minutes I've sat on, I've sat on the side of the road, I've sat in front of offices, her office that's locked by her that I can't get into. If I added them up, it would be years.
Years.
Years years of my
Yes.
life has been spent like that.
Yeah, I'm the
But,
same.
and I lied to her about what time things are going to start.
I know, I realised
And
that.
then she started to work out the lies the way you do. So then she's done a bit of maths thinking, well, all right,
How
I
much
don't
is
have
she
to do
going to
that
add
10
on?
minutes.
She's easily added on an hour there. I don't need to. I got 10 minutes. It'll be 10 minutes.
The only reason she's on this stage tonight at 7:30 is because I told her it was 2 o'clock this afternoon.
It's true, you did meet at 2.
We met at 2, yes, we did.
1:30.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I'm
we had
with you.
morphs to make today.
Yeah. Oh, we had a great time, didn't we? You proud of your morphs, ladies?
Okay, so
I
now
am.
you've
I've
got
made
the
a slightly
bad
grumpy
stuff,
one.
haven't
I think it looks a little bit like it's got a bowel problem. But he is gorgeous. He is. Morph is such a gorgeous
Morph,
thing.
man.
Morph has been in our life forever.
Yeah, amazing. And I've got to say, you two have been in certainly my life forever, and I'm sure lots of people here tonight in our collective lives together. Am I right?
That's good.
So let's have a little bit more joy up on. It's time for a clip now. Up on the screen and in the heater. Thank you.
Bumper to bumper this evening, so watch out there, please.
And also the M6 is absolutely chocker.
Now, we've this morning been talking about life. What do you think that life would be like in another country? Say, Gay Paris?
Oh, well, I think it'd be the same. Or maybe different.
We're totally zany. Hey, not French!
Stop it, stop. Sorry, just ignore them.
Who are they?
It's my posse. They've got out of hand. I mean, this one here started off just as my travel news one, you know?
Yeah.
And now suddenly she's a personality. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. I mean, what is it with the royal family? Everyone seems to be knocking them these days.
Oh, it's a funny
I think
issue.
there are two sides to that.
It's yin and yang.
What do you think? I don't know that. I think
They're great, actually.
I hate them. I hate them.
They make you look good,
I
actually.
can't bear them. I want to get rid of them.
Oh. Happy day.
I don't know who those tossers were in the dungarees.
Well, it has to be said that you and Sue are the only other people who've ever written material for French and Saunders.
True, besides us.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yep.
I did not
They
know
wrote,
that.
I don't know, ever see the, Dawn once did Bjork on the back of a lorry. They wrote the song.
They did.
Oh, gang, come on.
Well, I remember that. I can't remember, where did we first see them? Was it at Edinburgh? Might have been Edinburgh.
Or on the radio, the two, what were we talking about before the
Well,
Canadian...
The show's
Oh, yeah, we
suddenly,
saw-
the show's
Sorry,
suddenly
so
all
it's
about
suddenly
me.
about
It's
now.
rather marvellous.
We
So
saw some
thrilled, you know.
sketches that they had done, that's right.
Yeah.
We invited them to come and have a meeting
Hang on,
with us.
it was at 2 in the morning
Yeah.
on Channel 4.
Yeah, but we were watching.
Yeah, I couldn't believe. Anyway, so Sue and I got back to her flat and we were listening to her answer phone messages, and there was this message saying, "Oh, hello, it's Jennifer Terrible impression. I'm sorry, Jen. Really bad. Really embarrassing.
Like it.
Sorry. Hello,
I
it's,
like
it's
it.
Jennifer.
Accurate.
It's Jennifer Saunders. We saw what you did. It's just a Sloan. You don't sound like that at all. I'm really sorry.
You're moving your top lip too much.
Oh,
She
really?
doesn't move
Oh,
her
really?
top lip. No, no.
It's Jennifer Saunders.
See?
And we thought it was our mate, Sarah Phelps, who's very canny with impressions. So we didn't actually believe that this was Jennifer Saunders. He'd left a message on Sue's answering machine. Anyway, to cut a long story short, because it is quite dull and I'm not very good at telling anecdotes, no, you left a message with Dawn saying, would you come up and meet us? So we did, and it was...
did.
Oh, it was incredible.
And one of the reasons we asked you to come is because we had a little company then, and which we still do have, Saunders and French. Her name first for the company. My name first for the other stuff.
For all the other stuff.
The company
award-winning
hasn't
stuff.
made a
Yeah.
lot, has it?
Yeah, yeah. That's true. And we wanted to invite you two to write something, to either write a sitcom or perhaps a film. And I think we sat and discussed for some time a film idea that you thought you'd like to write, which we then paid you to write, which you never have written. But
You've never brought that up to this day.
no, because instead of that film idea, the as yet unwritten film idea, instead of that, you came into the fold and you wrote stuff for French and Saunders, so it was much better.
Wait,
it was much better.
Can I just say, I don't think I've ever said this. Oh, it's like confessional. I love this. It's slightly Oprah, isn't it? It's great. Can I just say that thanks to you two, Sue was about nearly 11 grand in debt at the time, because our careers were going shit. I mean, really, just literally nothing was happening. I was about 6K in debt. We were on the point of giving up. Some might say, wish you had. But we were on the point of ruddy giving up, and you very kindly offered us this chance. And we were paid as well.
It wasn't kind.
No, it
you're
was.
talented,
Well.
and we need. And do you know,
It was
as
quite
women,
kind,
we've
let's
got to support each other.
Well,
Absolutely, we have.
no. But you two have always been extremely good all the way through their careers. Because, you know, sometimes women don't support each other. These two...
No point in that. There's no point, and there's not enough of us doing it to be, you know, scared or worried about it. I mean, obviously, we check you out, and if we think you're too talented...
they shut you down.
Die.
They literally shut you down.
You down.
You're dead.
You can send you straight to hospital. But you know, look, it's the old shine theory, actually, I think. Do you know about that shine theory?
tell
Where,
me about it.
where I think it's because far too many people, especially women, sadly, and I don't know why it's particularly women, believe that, you know, if somebody else is coming up behind you, you've got things to be scared about, and you've got things to feel diminished about, and you're threatened by people. That's not the case at all. I think that when you invite people in, everybody benefits, and you learn more, and you up your game a bit, and you learn more from other people that are coming in, and that's how it has to be with everybody when it comes, especially when it comes to comedy, and especially when it comes to women in comedy, because we still don't have enough. We still have, you know, we still have broadcasters saying, well, we don't need a female sketch show because we've got one. As if, do you think they'd say that about boy comedy?
No.
I don't think so. It's not like because you've got one, you've got enough.
Yeah.
That, you know, when
True. It's very true.
yeah.
But that amazing generosity of spirit and genuine, not just sort of putting it on, but it's. I think that's something that you've always. Jennifer's really bored, literally.
No, I wasn't.
She's totally zoned out.
She does get bored.
She does,
get
doesn't
bored.
she?
I was
Terrible.
Yeah.
She was looking at something else.
I'll tell you what she's mainly always thinking about. She appears to be a very enigmatic person.
Yes.
Enigmatic, thinking about interesting. She's mainly thinking about sausages. You later on find out. But can I just say, on that point of generosity and kindness, the person who was very kind to us, if you
Yes.
remember, Fatty,
No.
was Victoria Wood.
Oh.
And, you know,
Oh.
all bow down.
Yeah. Was she?
She was.
In what way?
We did a show at Edinburgh, and you know, when you go to Edinburgh, especially back in those days, you know, we were very nervous about it. We hadn't done it before. Maureen, who's here, was our agent, was standing outside with balloons, you know, trying to get more than 3 people in to come and see us. You know, it's very nerve-wracking. And you get reviewed by everybody. Yeah. And the local, was it called the Scotsman? I think the Scotsman suddenly employs their gardening expert to do the reviews, their restaurant expert, anybody is doing. And we got some reviews that were a little bit stinky for our show, probably quite well deserved, but anyway, we got those. And it was Victoria who, I think, did she leave a note for us? She did something, I think she either called or she left a note just saying, I've had this experience before, do not listen to any of that, keep ploughing on. And I thought, we love her.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. She had been to see the show and she had faith in us. And so, you know, you pass it on, don't you?
So lovely.
Pass it on.
And actually, I remember when Sue and I did Edinburgh, you both sent us a bunch of flowers each. I haven't remembered this till this very moment. It was I think it was our first or second show, and I remember mine said, "Dear Mel, have a great Edinburgh. Love Dawn and Jen. P.S. You're funnier than the other one." And then Sue had a bouquet. "Dear Sue, have a great Edinburgh. You're funnier than the other one." It was just so thank you. Because Edinburgh's a tough one,
It
isn't
can be brutal. It can be, yeah.
But how lovely that Victoria Wood did that.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
good,
she
isn't
was-
it?
Yeah, it is.
Brilliant.
I think the sort of the sorority of female comedians is pretty lovely, actually.
I agree.
And I think it's,
completely.
you know, it's in a good place at the moment, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah,
I mean, we need more women doing comedy, of course, but there are some crackers out there, aren't
There
there?
are, and very diverse and interesting, kind of different stuff, some surreal stuff and some political stuff. There's plenty going on, plenty.
Lovely. Now, onwards, my friends. Everyone having a good time, by the way? Yes?
I must turn and face the audience more.
Let's
Just checking out my demographic. Yes, slightly older than we thought, but a few young ones in for Mel. Be all right.
let's dip further into the.
I'm not going to dip further.
Please dip further.
Dipped far enough.
To your elbows, please, now.
Into our French and Saunders treasure chest, which means that's a cue for clips.
I have confidence in confidence alone. These sights which you see, I have confidence in
You've always used music.
And woolly jazz pants. I have to say, there's nothing funnier than woolly jazz pants.
Woolly jazz pants. This sounds like a bit of a serious question, but actually, no, I'm not. It's such a wanky question, I'm not even going to say it. I was about to say, what role has music played in your comedy? It's just very, very dull. But you've always loved a kind of good old-fashioned song and a dance, haven't you?
Well, in the early days, you had to, because we were light entertainment and not comedy.
Oh, is that
you
right?
had to have, like the Young Ones was, which is why they had to have a band in
I didn't
all
know
the
that.
time. You had to have a song and dance, you know. So we used to have Kirsty MacColl or a singer or Alison Moyet or Joan Armatrading. They would come and do a song in the middle of the show and we'd sort of mess about behind. But that was contractual. So once it wasn't contractual, we just kept thinking, well, we've got to have a song. So we just made up our own songs.
Yeah. And raw sex.
Yes.
I mean, come on, guys. Oh.
Yes.
Roland Rivron, Simon Brint.
Yeah.
Absolutely unforgettable moments.
Yes,
with
completely.
raw
and
sex.
Simon was a genius at
Yes, he
writing the
was.
songs and
much
making them almost the tune. Because, you know, lawyers be sent to lawyers, nah, it's too close, and he'd come up with something close, but not that, you know. They're brilliant at it, brilliant.
And of course, they used to do an act together themselves, where, and when we went on tour, they were the kind of support for us.
Yeah.
So Raw Sex would go on as father and son, mad, and do their songs to begin with. And do you remember, Jen, when there was a time when, because they used to pretend to be drunk, well, Roland would pretend to be drunk in the act, and then he wasn't pretending. And as the tour went on, he was just drunker and drunker each night. I'm thinking this was great, great, great. And we gave him a couple of kind of, you know, moments where we little chats where we said, could you not? Because it just, you know, it's not so good when
The timing goes
when you're
as well, doesn't it?
actually drunk.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
he doesn't for some reason.
Yeah, and then one night he was really blasted, and I was standing backstage with Jennifer, who started to seethe, and she said, "No, we're not having this. We are not having this." And when Roland came off stage, she literally put him up against the wall. She put him up against the wall and said, "You will never do that again." He went, "Yeah, absolutely fine." And then the next day, they got on the tour bus, the two of them, with tour jackets that on the back said, "The bitches have turned." Do you remember that?
And that became the name of the tour, The Bitches Have Turned.
That's so good. Well, it's good to know that you took Roland by the collars and pinned him up against the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, they were brilliant, though.
They were
Yeah.
brilliant.
They were such
Absolutely
good
they
fun.
were, yeah.
Such amazing fun.
There's a little message from him. Here's Roland.
Oh.
Here's Roland to say hello. Have a look at this.
Roly.
What can I say about Dawn and Jennifer that I haven't already said at the numerous court cases they've brought against me? Warm, kind, generous, funny. These are words that are so overused in entertainment that they're rendered useless. They mean nothing. No, in the 50-odd years I've known them, man and boy, their nicknames when I first started working with them, the two words that stick like verbal thorns in the claw of my mind are diligence and punctuality. And I'll tell you for why. I can put my hand on my heart and say they have never just not bothered to turn up to one of their really expensive TV recordings. Now, I'm sure there's not many people in show business that can say that. There must be some that can't. It's not just me, surely. Anyway, I wish you well. I look forward to a warm handshake and a passively aggressive bear hug the next time we meet, which I think will be on the 17th of July when the restraining order's lifted. So, I'll see you then. I'll find you.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
I remember watching Morecambe and Wise back in the 70s when I was a kid and loving those sketches where they'd have a celebrity guest on.
Yeah.
That was always the kind of real high point, wasn't it? When you saw Angela Rippon, you know, the desk came apart and she got out the legs. Shirley Bassey in the big comedy boot.
Yeah.
All those. You guys sort of took this to a new level, didn't you? With the celebs that you had on the shows and the way that you kind of really took the piss out of them, but always made them feel that they were part of the joke. And
Well, we always thought that if they were we'd always invite them on to be at the end of the sketch that was taking the piss out of them.
Yes.
Because we thought that way it shows that they're in on the joke.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's not cruel or heartless.
Yeah.
And that just became a sort of the standard thing. That became a regular thing that we do. They'd always come up at the end and they'd either put a pie in our face or punch us or one of those.
There were some people.
Many funny things.
Some foolish people. Madonna, who never came on our
in
show.
tonight? Is Madonna here tonight?
Is she there?
We've invited her.
We invited her to be on every single show we ever did, and it became us. And she said no. Sometimes quite politely, sometimes quite funny.
We don't even know if that was her saying it, Dawn.
We don't even know if it was her, but we did get faxes from her. Do you remember that?
Oh, did
Could
you?
have been anybody.
Yeah, it could have been anybody.
Fax. Fax.
And then it became a sort of talisman to ask her and get the refusal, and then we could move on. It became, you know.
Then we'd
like that.
move on and get Lulu, and she would be brilliant. We wanted Lulu, but we thought we'd have to ask Madonna just out of politeness.
Yeah.
And then ask Lulu.
I have no idea what we'd have done if she said yes. Imagine if she said yes. I think I'd have run a mile.
Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah.
It
Be doubting her motives, I would be.
Well, I've got to ask the Crankies.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
Crankies.
Crankies.
You've always loved the Cranks, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've been slightly obsessed with them.
They're total light ent, you see. I think it's that whole light ent thing. And when we started, we made our show as if it was a pretend light entertainment show.
Right.
You know, an end of the pier kind of show.
Yes.
So having something like the Crankies on or Rod Hull and Emu, it seems natural, completely natural.
Well, they were what we grew up with, weren't
Yeah,
they? So, yeah.
Have you hung out with them a lot? I mean, have you ever spent lots
Thankfully,
of time?
probably not.
We have a
Yes,
little
we
bit.
have. You have.
We have a little bit, yeah, we have. And we've invited them onto almost everything we've
I know
ever
Jeanette
done.
Cranky was on.
You just had her in the ad
I
fast
know,
film.
I know.
No, we
She's
can't
brilliant.
go anywhere without them.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're here tonight with Frankie. Imagine. I heard a terrible story. I don't know if this is true. You might know that poor old Jeanette, doing panto last Christmas or the Christmas before.
A while back, fell.
3 or 4 years ago.
Yes.
Off the Christmas.
Well, it was
Off
she
the
was on a
hydraulic
crane
lift.
or something.
Yeah,
wasn't
hydraulic
she?
lift.
Yeah,
Climbing
it
up
was
the
very bad.
beanstalk, I think you'll
Oh, it's
find
climbing
now.
up the beanstalk.
A beanstalk. It wasn't a Christmas tree.
Sorry.
Well,
Jack and the Christmas tree. That ain't it, babe.
And she fell off.
She fell off it, and it was a faulty bit of equipment, I think.
Wowzers.
And I think she got a bit of compensation. She's perfectly happy.
bought a house.
And Moss has always been in your kind of celebrity
Moss.
go-to.
She's always been very willing to play, come out to play, get them in the dressing up box, you know.
Have you ever had an occasion where a celebrity has phoned you or your agent trying to get on the show? Has that happened ever? Sort of badgering?
I don't think so. I can't think of that, can you?
You've never been badgered.
There's been a few that haven't come on the show, you know, Madonna aside, but other people that have said no. And then I'm afraid that if they don't come on the show, then there is a sort of free reign then. That's the way I think of it.
Yeah, I think
not
that
to
is
be
the
cruel
thing.
exactly, but to
Not
be
to be
slightly
cruel,
cheeky,
Dawn. We're
right.
never cruel and
Never
heartless.
cruel.
Unless they deserve it.
Yeah, I can't think.
No, we never are. We never are.
Anyone here.
No, never.
No.
Okay, so I just wanted to, you know.
No.
I don't know where that was leading. I sort of forgot.
Yes.
Were
where I
you
was
trying
going
to
with
visit Sonia?
Oh, Sonia.
No, Sonia, you see, I felt bad about that because everywhere I've been that Sonia was supposed to be, she isn't there. I know that sounds mad. Like I think I did a morning telly thing once, and somebody said, "Oh, Sonia's booked on the same show." And I thought, "Oh, good, I can meet Sonia at last." And then I get there and I go, "No," she said, "No." She said, "No, because you're coming."
Because
no.
you knew.
Like that, yeah. And I thought, "Oh no, I've upset Sonia. I wouldn't want to upset Sonia."
Never, you never would.
No, she's dead sophisticated.
Oh, she's great.
She's great. She's great.
She's great. I don't actually know what my train of thought was, okay? I'm just going to be...
That's fine, you're menopausal, it's
We're
fine.
being honest, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're being honest.
Got a cardigan for a brain. That's what I've got.
But I will say, it was supposed to lead into the next clips. Clips.
Please.
Have a look at this.
Fun.
Those
are the days when they had budgets.
Oh, in Normo budgets. In Normo budgets.
Well,
but
compared
rightly
to
so.
what they have nowadays, yeah.
Rightly so. Those film pastiches, I'm sure you've all got your favourites. I'm particularly fond of Misery.
Yes.
Love
good fun. Nice and violent.
Yeah, lovely and violent. And Braveheart.
Yes.
Amazing. I mean, there were just so many. But they became a really sort of integral part of your shows, didn't they?
They did.
How did they evolve? How did that
What was the first one we did? I think they evolved because we did, in the specials, they allowed us a bit more time. So we said, we'll start the whole thing as if it's a film, and the film would just drop in all the way through.
That's right.
So if it was, they weren't in all the normal shows, were they? I don't think they were always. Sometimes we did TV parodies instead. So there'd be a parody sort of holding the whole show together, and then we'd put sketches in between.
They weren't in series 1, definitely.
They were.
Were they?
No, they weren't.
No, they
You're right.
weren't.
No, because I kind of have a feeling they happened when we moved to BBC One and we got more money.
Yes.
I think on BBC Two the budgets weren't big enough, but once we went to One.
Series 3?
Series 3, maybe?
I think it was Series 3. I know everything about you two.
Okay, Series 3.
That
probably
sounds
a
about
Christmas
right.
special or something like that.
Yeah. Did you love doing them?
Absolutely, because it meant we watched the films for a start. And then we would make sure that the directors followed the rules of those films. I have to say they were brilliant. The various
Bob
directors and
Spears.
art directors and the costume department and people would really watch carefully and get the detail right. And so long as the detail was right, we could play then, you know, we could just play with it.
Yeah.
Gave us a chance to do some very bad accents.
Very bad accent.
But also gave us a chance to say, "How are you?" Regularly.
Oh, 'cause
regularly.
it was
we haven't got a
basically-
catchphrase. That's about as close as it gets.
It was all the different film parodies, but with the same jokes in them. It was all the same.
And then you did the gorgeous Mamma Mia for Comic Relief a few years back.
If I could honestly have my life again, I would only live in the Mamma Mia parody. I think they were the most fun days we've spent. It was honestly the most fun because we did it on the real sets.
Yes.
It was such fun.
And you were inhabiting and channeling Meryl, who you're very good at.
Very, very close.
You do a good. She
does a great Meryl.
Close to Meryl.
And Dawn, you did a great Julie Walters.
Well, it was a little bit like revenge for me because I had been asked to go up for an audition to be in the actual film. And I'd been sat down by the producers and told that they really wanted me to do it and blah, blah, blah. But could I just pop along to an audition just to have a little plinky-plonky on the piano, see if I could hold a tune?
Yeah.
So I went along to a theatre in London, and I went up the stairs, and there was a big room of guys who were all on their computers, going, "Oh, hello, Dawn, hello." I went, "I'm going here, I've got an audition for the Mamma Mia film." I've been told it's 99% sure, but I just got to hold a tune, and they went, "Oh, fine, that's lovely, good luck, nice to see you." Like that. So I went next door, and a man came in who was not dissimilar to Bobby Crush. But anyway, it wasn't Bobby Crush, but he came in, he said, "Right, let's get going, let's try some Mamma Mia." So we, Mamma Mia, here we go again, let's have a go. Well, this is what came out of me, right? Mamma Mia, here we go again. Why could I forget you? Mamma Mia. I was thinking, come on, get into tune. So he said, "Ooh, right, we've got that one a bit wrong, but let's try Dancing Queen." "Yeah, I know that one, yeah." "Come on, you're going, come on, head, come on. You can do it in the shower, come on."
Come on, Dawn.
"I am the Dancing Queen. Play some fun, only 17. That's what I sounded like. So anyway, the audition came to an end. With a slightly red-faced man. And I thought, oh, well, anyway, she's told me even however bad I sing.
Did you think, oh gosh, he's bad on piano, isn't he?
Why can't he hold a tune?
He can't hold a tune on that piano.
Idiot. So I came out of the room, and not one of the men sitting in the room outside could look up. Because they'd all heard me. They were just all very busy working. Oh, no. Nobody could look up. So I thought, oh, God, this is really quite bad. Anyway, I got to the bottom of the stairs, and by the time I got to the bottom of the stairs, I switched my phone on. My agent went, "Oh, it's not going to work, love." No, it's not going to work. They're going somewhere else. They've decided something else. I said, "But they said however bad my singing was." And she went, "No, it's not going to work." So that was my news about Mamma Mia. I totally missed out on it because I could not sing at all on that day. So when it came to doing the parody, I thought, yes, a lot. Thank you, God. But I'm very glad that Julie Walters did the film. Obviously, I have no bitterness whatsoever about that.
Yeah, well done. Well done, Julie. Great. Now, of course, this is an evening about the two of you, French and Saunders, together, forever, always. Of course, you have done stuff on your own, individually. It's fine. You have to, don't you? You have to. You have to.
Yeah, of course you have to, because I think otherwise, I mean, famously, double acts end up hating each other, living in different countries and just coming together to do the old show. But I think because we worked apart, you kind of miss it, and you miss each other, and you miss the fun and the kind of the shorthand, really, that you have with each other. So
you're allowed to go and have a little flirt elsewhere in our marriage. That's the thing. It's an open marriage. Open marriage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was completely fine with Sue going off and doing 3 series, award-winning series with Giles Corran. That worked very well for her, and I was extremely pleased for her. No, but let's just have a little. We're allowed to. Let's just have a little dip into a little bit of solo Frenchingtons and Saunders. Let's have a little look. That's a clip cue. Thank you.
Here, listen. She just won't let me in. Fortuna Major.
No, wait. What's this?
and cradle him into the crook of your arm, being very careful with the top of his head, because this area here is what we call soft spot.
The Fontanelle.
What's that, Miriam?
Oh, my name's Kate.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were Dr. Miriam Stoppard.
Hello, I'm Geraldine. Believe you're expecting me.
No, I'm expecting our new vicar. Unless, of course, you are the new vicar and they've landed us with a woman. Some sort of insane joke.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my God!
You were expecting a bloke, beard, Bible, bad breath.
Yes, that sort of thing.
Yeah. And instead you got a babe with a bobcat and a magnificent bosom.
So I see.
You can forget about Emily, she's not with us.
We've come for her things.
Where is she?
She's in hiding. She's utterly humiliated. She doesn't want to see you ever again.
We're very sad that it didn't work out between you and Emily. Monkey. But I think you're absolutely delicious.
You're not coming, and that is an end to it.
I am.
You're not.
What are you up for? I'm coming, darling, aren't I?
Well, aren't you with Jean-Pierre today?
No, sweetie, shooting his video today, you know that.
Well, aren't you needed in the shop?
Look, I will be there later. I'm coming, okay? Wake up, Pat! Come on, darling! Sweetie.
Oh, God, what time is it?
Oh, 6 o'clock in the morning. Don't even think about it, babe.
Hello, Miss French. Hello, Miss Saunders. It's Joanna Lumley talking to you from my garden on this, your very special night. And I've got a confession to make. Years ago, long before Ab Fab, you invited me to be a guest on French and Saunders. And you'd written a very funny little piece about following me, really, as admirers of Purdy. And you followed me around and wanted to talk to me, and you followed me into the lavatory, and it was a wonderful little piece. But this is the confession. I was so afraid of meeting my comedy heroines that if you didn't like me, my life would be over. So I pretended I was busy and I couldn't do it. What a coward I was. But now I've met you, Miss French and Miss Saunders, and I adore you, and you're still brighter than bright, and you will always be my comedy heroines. I adore you.
So much brilliant work, all those amazing shows, Dibley, Ab Fab, Psychoville, all those extraordinary shows.
Yeah.
Thanks to you, lovely ladies. Bit of applause might be nice, gang. Wow. Now, the night is warm, the drinks are low.
It's warm.
So we are actually going to have a little bit of an interval, 20 minutes, I believe, which is kind of enough, isn't it? Go and get a nice treble.
It's enough to get absolutely slaughtered.
So we will be back in 20 minutes. I should just say, apparently there's a bucket somewhere. Is there? Did anyone give you? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a box. Thank you. Thank you so much.
What is
We've
it?
got this box here with some pens and slips of paper. We wondered if anyone wanted to write a question.
Good thinking.
For
yeah.
either Dawn or Jennifer, or for the two of them together, then that might be quite a fun idea. Quite good. Do we like that? So I'll leave them there, and I'll just leave them there. And do come and write something if you'd like to. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Dawn and Jennifer will be back in 20 minutes.
How long have you been in there, Jennifer? She can't hear me, ladies and gentlemen. How long have you been in there? No, she still can't hear me. How long have you been in there? How long?
Now, can I just say,
Gone cash.
thank you very, very
Yes. That's
Yes,
the
who
person
gave us that?
Who put that
Why
in?
aren't there more? One.
That is what we like to call correct.
That's
Not enough. Dawn will snort that backstage.
I will, yeah. Actually, that might be
Shove that
my
up her
breakfast.
nose.
Yeah.
Right, now, listen. It's something
Yes.
struck me. We're here
Yes.
tonight because this is the award given,
Oh, yes.
of course, from the Slapstick Festival in collaboration with Aardman Animations. Suddenly struck me, we haven't talked really at all about slapstick.
Right.
Can I just ask the pair of you, why do you love slapstick?
Oh, goodness.
Because you do a lot of physical comedy, always have done, haven't
Yep.
you? A lot of fallings over.
I think it was just starting with a bit of clowning that was very natural
I think
to us
it's
to do.
Did my voice go very high?
It did go very high.
Because you were high, then Dawn was higher. And now I've started too high and I've got nowhere to go.
You know what it is? You're having your puberty.
Yes.
At last.
But on a serious note, I think it's because actually to do our job, you sort of have not to grow up. And I think slapstick is the funniest thing. Even if you don't understand language, someone walking into a lamppost, falling over, it's universal funny.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were brought up on Laurel and Hardy. Well, Morecambe Wise, a lot of slapstick
Definitely.
too. So I think
Lucille
actually
Ball.
that Lucille
Yes.
Ball, one of the greatest
Yeah.
kind of clowns.
Yeah.
And for me, it's the best, funnest way for you to get a laugh. Lines can be, people can go, oh, that didn't go down very well.
Yeah.
But you know if someone falls over, it's either funny or it's not funny. You know, there's no interpretation on that.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a joy to do, especially live, because a lot of our work, well, you know, we started as a live act.
Kitchen
and
Tile?
Kitchen Tiles could have been our name.
The name of their first double act was called Kitchen
Well,
Tile.
we never quite got as far as calling it that, but when we were trying to decide what we should be called, that certainly was top of the
Because
list.
we had to have an N in the middle.
Yeah, Kitchen Tile.
Kitchen Tile.
Saunders.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I love Kitchen
But
Tile.
Alexi Saley was the MC at the comic strip at the time. Just said, I'm not going to say that, it's terrible. You're French and you're Saunders, and that's what we're calling it.
Oh, so
he decided, yes.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, French and Saunders, but that's a terrible name. That's just all...
Sounds like a mustard.
Sounds like it's our names.
Yeah.
Have you ever injured yourselves?
Constantly.
Through slapstick, through doing gags?
My knees are not what they were. I mean, from falling over on my knees to get a laugh. Who's that?
That's a strange... What's
That's
going
a
on
very strange, wistful... Is it a bee? That is it a bee?
What is it?
This is someone's phone, very small shoe. Who's got the bee?
Oh, there it is again.
Is it someone's hearing aid?
I think it's a hearing aid. I knew this wasn't our demographic. Turn it down. That's it, it's gone now. It's
Is
gone.
that you? Was it yours?
Oh.
Was it your hearing aid?
It's his.
Oh, it's his.
Oh,
Oh, right, okay.
I've
Forgiven.
I haven't heard that ringtone literally for 20 years.
Is it a ringtone? Take one now! Take one now! Is it time? Take one now, love, please. To take the statins.
Take your statins. For God's
Have you
sake,
got-
take them.
Do you need some
Do you
water?
need any?
Have you got water? Are they big or small?
Which
Has he
end?
taken them? Seriously.
I am cognizant of the Heimlich maneuver, if that can help in any way. I also know how to insert a pessary. And I'm not afraid. Just yell if you need my help.
Anyway. Well,
I literally...
where were we before the
I know.
medical drama?
I've
Sort
just...
of gone into casualty suddenly.
Yeah. It's all gone quite medical.
What were we talking
medical.
about
No,
before? 'Cause it
slapstick.
Falling over, hurting your knees.
knees.
You hurt your knees, darling.
Knees, Jennifer's knees.
Knees.
Injuries. Injury for your art.
Have you had many injuries? Actual injuries?
Yes, the last time, the last series of Ab Fab, and we were just Adina walking through a door, and I thought, well, it's boring.
There's no such thing.
And I said, I think she'd fall over going through the door. So I fell over, and it looked like a carpet. It was a concrete floor. And honestly, it hurt my knee so badly. Jumped up. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. The knee's never been the same, has to be said. No. Always been bad since then.
You've always done, I'm sorry to say this, but you have always done bouncing up and being far more embarrassed about being hurt than actually being hurt. For instance, when we were at college together, Jennifer was knocked over one day by a car, but was so embarrassed about the fact that she was knocked over by a car that she immediately jumped up and just went, no, go, move along, stop. Stop looking at me. Stop it. Move along. Come on now.
I'm not dead.
She was completely bruised all down one side.
Was this when you were pretending to laugh?
Yes, yes, it's
Was this
during
going on
that
this
time. It's true. It's true. But you can get very brazen with slapstick.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, I remember even Robbie Coltrane at the comic strip walked out onto a big cob while massive waves were crashing over him because doing a physical joke it's such good fun, and you have to, you know, once you're in it, you're in it. It's like a kind of blindness, really.
Yeah.
I once remember that ever since I jumped in a puddle for comic relief, which was very good fun and very carefully constructed and all the rest of it, and I knew that it was safe. People have asked me to do it ever since, and I stupidly have said yes. I won't be saying yes again. But once I was doing the Paul O'Grady show, right? And they built a sort of small mountain at the top of which was a pretend puddle. And there was a good, I don't know, 8-foot drop. And I had said earlier on in the rehearsals, you have to put something in there, like balls, lots of balls or foam or something. Yeah. And they said, well, we got some crash mats. And stupidly I went, yeah, well, that's fine then. That's fine. There's something brave, ridiculously, stupidly brave that you do. Well, it's not brave, it's just stupid.
It's adrenaline as well.
It's adrenaline.
Yeah.
And being dared to do it, that's what it is.
Exactly.
Not wanting to back down. So I went through the thing and bang, ow, hurt my leg, walked on a stick for 6 months.
Oh, God.
Genuinely broke my ankle. But even then, you see, a bit like you, got up and went, it's all fine, no problem here, no problem. No fuss and nonsense.
Dr. Showbiz, Dr. Showbiz.
Dr. Theatre. Now, thanks for all your lovely questions. We're going to dip into the old...
Have you removed the really pornographic ones?
There were some quite pervy ones, got to say, which I'll keep for later. Sorry, really obvious, as if I'm actually choosing... I've chosen them already. I'm just going to go... No, I could have done that, but I'm such a bad actor, it just would have looked shite. So those are the ones I've chosen, so I'm sorry about all of these. We're not going to do those. Right, now, this is from Leah from Scotland.
Scotland! Thank you!
Leah from Scotland. She says, as a 21-year-old, you two are my ultimate inspiration, plus you two are babes, in capital letters. Very talented ladies. What inspires you the most about each other? Lovely question here from Scotland. Lovely.
Oh, blimey.
Oh.
Shall we move on? Next question. I should
God. No, I'm happy to answer that. I'm happy to answer that, except for there's so many things that inspire me about Jen. First of all, I would say that because we are good friends, and because Jennifer makes me laugh more than anybody else on the planet, my desire is to make her laugh. That's like my greatest reward.
Yeah.
And I will do anything, and I have done anything, to make her laugh. To elicit a laugh from her is my greatest reward. And so that's, you know, that's what I would say is my inspiration.
Oh, lovely!
Well, I would say...
Sorry, I'm blocking you guys. Can you see? Sorry.
Well, I concur and back at you, because it is the most fun you can have is making you laugh.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, when you work, well, you know this, when you work two people trying to make each other laugh and trying to be funny for other people, sometimes it doesn't work, and sometimes the person doesn't laugh, but you have to be good enough friends for that not to matter, and just to continue.
I feel I totally get that. Sue Perkins once made me poo myself with laughter. I've said it.
Did she?
Out there, she did, yeah.
What did she do?
Pooed myself.
What did she do? I want to do that.
To be fair, I had a bit of a jippy tummy at the time, so it wasn't the normal course of events. Okay. I was on the phone. I've never done this, but I was on the phone to a solicitor. I was 30, and it was very exciting. I was actually buying my first property, really excited, quite serious as well. On the phone to the solicitor, Sue realised this, came in, the zip just went down, the trousers went down, the pants went down, and she literally sort of shimmied her way towards me as I was on the phone to the ruddy solicitor. Unbelievable. And I laughed. It got the. You know, when you're in a serious situation, it's just doubly worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tip top.
I touched cloth. I touched cloth. It wasn't a full. It wasn't. Come on. It wasn't like a full parcel. It was just a light. It was a light brushing. A light brushing. Let's crack on. Now this is a great question, and actually I wanted to ask you this in the first half, but I sort of forgot. So it's great somebody's come up with a question.
I can't look at you properly.
I know, it's awful. I actually can't make contact.
I don't think I'll be able to look at Sue again either. Myself.
What advice do you have for two youngsters trying to get into the comedy profession? Great question, whoever asked that.
Well, there's only one thing to do, and that's do it. Do it wherever you can, and do it lots, and do it when you get laughs, and do it when you don't get laughs, but just find clubs, places you can go and be funny. There's loads of them now, and there is no other advice than do it, really, because that's... You know, everyone is unique and everyone has their own way of making people laugh.
Keep writing, I'd say.
Keep writing.
Keep
And if you're not funny, give up. That's the other thing. Don't really thrash it if it's really not working. But if you're enjoying it and you're getting laughs, just keep doing it, because it takes a long time and you get better and better. And I think about 3 series in, we sort of knew how to almost do the job. But it takes a long time, but enjoy it too. Have fun.
Yeah, defo.
Are you a double act?
They've gone.
They're not here.
Yes, they are.
Oh, are you a double act?
Yes. Awesome. What are you called? Kitchen Tile. Sorry? Bitsy and Mitzi.
Bitsy and Mitzi.
Lovely.
Good, well, make each other laugh. No, keep making each other laugh and have fun. Just have a lot of fun doing it.
Good luck. You heard that name here first. Imagine. Imagine Bitsy and Mitzi could be, you know, on our screens shortly. Now, this is a great question. Have you ever snogged each other?
Oh.
Most categorically, yes.
Come on. Good.
Well, I kissed a girl and I liked it. We did it in a play, as it happened.
Which play was that?
I've only done one play, and it was that play.
What was it called?
Me and Mamie O'Rourke. I've only done one play. I can tell you everything about it except the lines.
And there was a scene in it where the characters get a bit drunk and they discussed getting rid of husbands and just being together. And they said, but we don't really fancy each other, but maybe we could. Let's give it a go and see. And so every night we had this sort of kiss. And it was very enjoyable. I think you're a very
Lovely.
good kisser.
I think it
very
was obviously.
good kisser.
I think it was better than the play, to be honest.
I agree. I agree. It got longer. And then we got a bit bored with it, and then we started to pass messages to each other. I'd have a little rolled up little ball of something there and pass it over. Or a bit of Toblerone, you know, whatever you had left over. All fine, share everything.
Quaaludes.
Now, another question. I should ask you who your comedy icons are, ... But I actually want to ask you how to secretly de-wedgie in public because I have a wedgie. Can I ask this person, have you still got the wedgie? Matey, Dawn and Jen, any advice on how to de-wedgie?
It's dark now, do it. Do it
I
now
think,
the lights are off.
I don't see anything wrong with actually just pulling your pants out of your bottom. That is what a wedgie is, isn't it?
Yes.
Or this.
Get off!
Done.
Well done.
Very good. Now, as we touched on, actually, no, touch cloth. I don't want to talk about that again. Sorry, touch. I'm going to go.
Don't say it.
I don't like that.
As we touched on before, we're here tonight for a reason. There is an award that will be given out, not just yet, but in a short while. And this award is given by the Slapstick Festival in collaboration with Aardman Animations. I'd like to, oh, that's not good. What's happened there?
I think it's perfectly nice.
No, that was much bigger than it was. Below the waistband.
Listen, you think you've got a problem. Look at this.
No, you're
this.
right.
Yeah, but I tell you what, you know what this is? Because the secret is out today.
What's that?
Well, I am carrying the Kardashian baby.
You heard it here first. Heard it here first.
Yeah.
There's something very sinister going on in that area underneath. Anyway, I'm going to ignore that.
It's just where you keep your willy. That's. Got to keep it somewhere.
No, it's all. I've heard an expression for. Do you know what this is called? That bit, and I'm actually not going to say it. You know what I'm talking about.
What's it called?
Begins with G.
Oh, I want to know now.
No, it's rude. It's rude. I don't know, because there might be children.
Is it your gumpy, guppy, goppy, gappy?
What is it?
Gum, gom, gal, go, ga. What is it?
I don't know.
I don't know it.
I'll tell you afterwards. I'm not going to say it. No, I'm not going to say it. I might
How come you're
tell you
the
afterwards.
only one that knows this word?
Because Sue told me this word.
Sue doesn't know anything.
She tells me all the rude stuff. Yes, thank you. I didn't say it.
Oh,
G-U-N-T.
no.
I know. Gunt. Which is a cross between a gut and... I didn't say it, she did. I didn't say it. That bit there, that below, that's what it is. She said it. I didn't say it. It's horrid, isn't it?
Yeah.
You talk to your mother with that mouth.
How does Sue know that word?
I know, Dawn, I know. Anyway.
I'm using that from now on.
I'm going to use it every day from now on. That's not escaping me, that word.
Anyway.
This is my gunt. My gun.
There. Just that bit there.
Very proud.
I quite like it now. I'm just going to split that there. Now, onwards, ladies. Onwards. I'd like...
honestly, this whole evening has become about your nethers.
Sorry, lads. So sorry. What I wanted to say was, it's the award. I'd like to welcome now onto the stage a very important person. He's the director of the Slapstick Festival. I'd like you to very warmly welcome Mr. Chris Daniels. Here he is.
Oh, I have a podium.
But you don't have a gun.
What?
Let the man speak.
What a... Yes. So, as director of Slapstick and working closely with Aardman for this award, it's a great joy and pleasure every year to have an opportunity, when we give the award, to contact people who are interested and excited about the award being presented. And you've seen some of those messages so far tonight. So you've heard from Joanna Lumley and Roland Riveron and Ruby Wax. And we have a few more of those that we're going to show to you now. So if you've got your screen.
Yes,
and
we have our
heater.
yes.
It's right there.
Please run
Small heater.
messages of tribute.
Hello, my name's Barry Cryer, in case you were looking, thinking that Brad Pitt's let himself go. Comedy legends Dawn and Jennifer. I have seen the eruption, the glorious avalanche of women on our comedy scene in recent years. I salute these two. Years ago, Endless Men, there were Dawn and Jennifer at the Comedy Store, blazing the trail, and I salute them. Dawn and Jennifer, comedy legends, not as in not real, as real. I salute you both. Cheers, D&J.
I'm here to congratulate you on your Comedy Legend Award. Comedy Legends Award, in fact. So the Aardman Slapstick Comedy Legend Award, which is absolutely fantastic and so well deserved. And you know, I remember, you've been in my life such a long time. You know, Dawn, I met you, didn't I, when I was 21, and you came to ask me to dance, which was lovely because I was standing like a knobby no-mate in the corner. And then Jen, the first time I met you was, I believe, at Dawn's trial marriage, and you were completely hammered. So I don't know if you'd remember that, but there we go. So back so many years, you've come and done videos for me, and we've travelled these years together, and I love you both, and I'm really happy that your career has been so sterling and so long, and that here you are today, and I give you so much love, so much love. Congratulations, have a brilliant night.
Dawn and Jennifer, congratulations. Can I just say before we start that I hate doing that, Dawn and Jennifer, because I know you must have suffered from it, Jennifer, all your life. You know, why not Jennifer and Dawn for just a change? Why not Saunders? It doesn't sound right, but why must it always be French and Saunders? No disrespect, Dawn, respect to both of you, but very many congratulations. I'd love to be there with you, but actually, as it happens, well, I'm in work. But these are the sort of things that, you know, we are so often, all of us, in work and don't get that opportunity to turn up and pick up these awards in person. And it's so worth doing. I love the Slapstick Festival, and I think it's a marvellous thing that they should be honouring the two of you in this way. Don't get depressed about it. That's the most important thing. Just you are legends, and you deservedly legends. I know now you're probably thinking, oh God, now the two of us, we've got to start working together again. But don't feel that. I always said, when I first saw you, I said, those two, they're good together, but I honestly think they'd be better as solo individual performers. And you know, I was right. I don't mean I was. I thought you were great. You are both fantastic as solo individual performers too. And of course, we never really worked together in any sort of form. If we had, I probably think I'd have ended up married to one or other of you, possibly. It's just one of those things that might well have come to pass. But it didn't. It didn't come to pass. And so Mel and I watched you from a distance, as it were, across Television Centre, and obviously hated you because you were so successful and so good. And now this. So, all respect, it's terrific, and congratulations, and well done, and think about that comeback now. It feels only yesterday I was watching you on Comic Relief. I think that was yesterday, wasn't it?
Jennifer and Dawn, French and Saunders, I'm very glad that you're winning this prize, and apparently I have 60 seconds so I can say 6 things for 10 seconds each. 1, you are, unlike, for instance, Laurel and Hardy, both very lovely people in real life, and that's a good thing, even though I was scared of Jennifer for about 17 years. 2, you are both excellent on your own as well. Jennifer, absolutely fabulous, and Dawn, even though you were the 6th choice for the Vicar of Dibley, you played the part of the Vicar of Dibley very well indeed. Thank you very much indeed. 3, but together you have that amazing, intimate magic of a great couple. I think double acts are really about friendship. So much comedy is about friendship, and you produce this mad, wonderful, glorious, educational, extraordinary version of women's friendship, which everybody wants and is jealous of and has learnt so much from. 4, this better be short. You are both very pretty. 5, you've been amazing supporters of Comic Relief over the years. You've literally made millions of pounds for us. And 6, except once on the occasion when you said that your gimmick for the night was going to be that if you raised £1 million, Jennifer would kiss a live cat's ass. And at that point, we made no money for the next 45 minutes because so many distressed people were ringing our donation line to say that's cruelty to animals, don't kiss the cat's ass. So we made no money at all. So if you were winning any prize money with this prize, will you please give it to Comic Relief? Thank you very much indeed. Lots of love.
Hello, Sir Jennifer and Lady French. It's Miranda Hart here. Hello to you. So I could do that sort of very British self-effacing thing of going, sorry, who am I speaking to? Jennifer what? Hudson? Oh, she's got a lovely voice. Never heard of these people. They've done nothing to me. And all that nonsense. But frankly, you deserve more than that, because I want to say a genuine, heartfelt thank you for inspiring me, and I'm sure countless women that are working in comedy today. I used to write the pilot of my sitcom in your office. You probably didn't know that. I used to sneak in when you weren't there at the BBC, and I would stare at your British Comedy Awards and think, I wonder if I would ever win one of those. And I only gone and done so. There are 4 there. So thank you. And that was mainly down to me. But thank you for the inspiration and your dedication and your, in particular, brilliance at clowning and slapstick. Jennifer, when I saw you fell down the stairs in Absolutely Fabulous, I was like, how did you do that? I used to rewind it countless times and learn from it. And I think you're both wonderful people, very giving, kind, lovely, amazing women, and have made us all laugh so very much and inspired me to do what I do. So thank you, you rock. And for this you owe me a lot, so I'd like tea and champagne and a dinner, please. Thank you.
Oh, Dawn. Oh, Jen. What's occurring? I heard you've been given an award. A Slapstick Comedy Legends Award. Well, Christ, it's about time somebody recognised your talent, because let's be honest, you've been plugging away at this game for long enough. I want to say this to you. You're both very inspirational people, and I don't say that lightly, because quite frankly, nobody really impresses me, and I don't find anyone else an inspiration. Only you two. Because at the end of the day, no words of a lie. When all's said and done, if truth be told. You know what I mean? Tidy.
Hello there. Hello. Congratulations, French and Saunders, on winning this wonderful award. Thoroughly deserved. I don't want to take any shine off your special day, but actually, me and David were supposed to receive this award, but apparently after they saw Pompidou and Williams and Friend, they withdrew the offer. So anyway, so you're getting it. So good for you. I don't know why I'm holding up a mug. You're not receiving a mug, are you? What are they getting?
An award.
An award, yeah, but what does the award look like? Is it
like a morph?
Oh, you're getting a morph. You're getting a. Is it golden?
It might be.
You might be getting a golden morph. Otherwise, no, it's not golden. Is it just brown?
It's morph colour.
Morph colour. So the usual poo-coloured morph for your work. Congratulations.
So to demonstrate the calibre of this award, the inaugural Comedy Legend Award went to June Whitfield a few years ago. So we approached June and said, June, would you consider recording a message for Dawn and Jennifer? And she said, I don't think I'll do that really, but she said, I'd love to come and give a message in person. So would you please welcome Dame June Whitfield.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And a very good evening. And what did you think of it so far? Well, hello, Mel, Dawn, and Jen. I should say French and Saunders. I am delighted to be able to congratulate you on winning this year's Aardman Slapstick Comedy Legend Award. Sorry. You have entertained people all over the world and brought them not only fun, but a lot of laughter, which is something we all need. And it's not only with your joint French and Saunders, but with your own shows as well. The Vicar of Dibley and Jennifer's Absolutely Fabulous, which I was lucky enough to take part in. And live stage shows, solo performances. I mean, they are just two multi-talented artistes. And obviously, that you've won many, many awards, but not like this one. No. Or should I say, these, because they have been designed and created especially for you individually. Oh. Yes. By the Aardman Animation Company, with a lot of love and much admiration. And to present them to you are two directors from Aardman who have nurtured the production of them from start to finish. So will you please welcome from Aardman, I was going to say, but he's not here, Mr. Peter Ford and Mr. David Broxton.
something?
You say something.
Are we finished? Is it the end of the evening? It is? Okay. I would just like to say...
I'd just like to say...
No, it's me. I mainly would like to just say thank you so much to Chris and the Slapstick Comedy Festival. Thank you.
Thank you to the audience.
Thank you to the audience, of course.
Thank you for coming.
Individually all getting gifts. Thank you to Peter and to David.
Yes.
Thank you so much to June Whitfield.
Yes. Thank you to Sue Perkins, who couldn't be here tonight.
Sue Perkins, who we like very much. Thank you very much to Melly. Thank you. And thank you to all of you who kept the faith with us for all of these years.
Yes.
But mainly, I'd like to thank my family.
Don't go about your family. Don't start your family.
No, I'm going to talk about my family.
Don't talk about your family. Don't talk about your family.
Don't
start with it. Don't start. No.
Because I want to talk about my family.
What about your family?
Don't go on about my family. It really upsets me when you do that. Because your dad hasn't even got a proper job. So I'd like to just say thank you. Don't give me a hard time about it. I'm not joking, Jen. Don't do that in front of everybody. Don't talk about my family.
Your brother's got a poo stripe on his trousers.
Don't talk about my family. Right. I'd like to just say that I owe everything...
Your family, your family, your family! Don't! Get off me! Get off me! Get off!
Yeah. Well, you never touched me.
Never touched me.
Never even touched me.
Never even touched me. It didn't even hurt at all.
Yeah.
I haven't even hurt my hip at all. So thank you
very much,
everybody for these, and thanks for a great night.
Thank you for a great night. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Just going to take my
everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a lovely night. You're brilliant. Thank you.
There is one last clip to show. So take a seat, enjoy. This is just to remind ourselves, if we didn't need reminding.
Stand?
How? Do you want to sit or stand? Sit. Or do you want to
I
go?
can see it from here. That's good.
Okay,
I'm
are you all right
here,
there, loves?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm stuck here now.
Are you all right with those awards? Do you need a hand?
No, I don't you dare touch that.
Okay. Let's just enjoy, immerse, remind ourselves. Their incredible friendship, the fooling about, the extraordinary joy, as June said, that they've brought to so many people. Amazing live performers. This clip is from a live performance of Dawn and Jennifer's. Enjoy. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. It's been lovely. Enjoy.
Thank you.
You're going to have it off, aren't you? You're going to have it off. You're going to do it. Well, it's a good thing you've asked me because I know about contraception. First thing you need for contraception is a lot of towels. And get dark ones because they're going to get covered in muck.
And you go up to the parents' bedroom, you take off the duvet, and you put the towels all over the bed and all over the floor. And then you get on the bed and you have it off.
How do you know when you're having it off?
Oh, God. Have you ever seen a man's toilet parts or not?
Not.
Right, a man has got 3 dangly toilet parts. And the middle one is the important one. And when he wants to have it off, it stands up. It's about that big. And it's got all spikes coming off it. And it looks like a cactus. And he calls it his todger. And when he wants to have it off, it stands to attention like that. And that's a signal for you to get on the bed and open your legs a little bit like that. And wait for the egg to come.
What, like a period?
No! Do you know about the 4 holes or not?
Not.
Right, you've got 4 holes. 2 holes in your back bottom, 2 holes in your front bottom. The 2 holes in your back bottom, one's for pooing, one's for weeing. 2 holes in your front bottom, one's for the period, the other one is for the egg. And the egg is trying to get out down the front hole. It's about that big normally, the egg. It's trying to get out down the front hole there, but it can't get out because there's a piece of skin there called a hymen. Like a rubbery piece of skin, like a trampoline. It's bouncing the egg back up like that. So the man's got to break the hymen. By now, the todger's about that big. And it's got a torch coming out the end of it. And it's looking for the hymen, looking for the hymen. And the man puts it in and it goes bashing into it. And bashing and thumping and crashing into it until it breaks and a lot of green slime comes out. And there's all blood and foam all over the towels. And the egg drops out onto the towels. That's how you know you're having an organism. Because your eyes are going like that. So you've got to scrape it all the egg and the blood and the foam and the slime into the towels and put it in the toilet. You never believe what happens next, you never believe it. I couldn't believe it till I saw it myself. By now, the todger is that big, right? And the man takes it away and he goes, oh my God. And the top of the todger opens up like that. And 5,000 million trillion fish come jumping out the top of it. And they're jumping off the ceiling, off the walls, they're all over the floor. And you've got to scrape it all into the towels and put it in the toilet. And you mustn't let the fish get near the egg, because that's how you get pregnant.
Thank you so much.